Savage.
What's going on, savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, your boy, Jeff Leach. Let me take those headphones off. Don't need them on anymore. It's just hearing the intro song. Shout out to my boy, Onion Jones, for making that intro, by the way. We haven't shouted him out for a little while. I will get him on a third time to the podcast because we have so much fun. Is it because we smoke a load of weed and then talk shit for an hour and a half? Maybe. Do we have fun? Definitely. Make sure you check out those episodes. Make sure you check out all the exciting recent episodes we've had, actually. We've got Camilla Cleese has just been on. We've had Brian Callen on. We've had Neil Brennan and lots of other fantastic comedians, actors, and performers. Aaliyah Love came on and talked about, taking fists to the vajayjay, all the good stuff that you want to enjoy. If you want to support the podcast, make sure you head to Patreon. That's patreon.com/Savage Snowflake. Patreon.com/Savage Snowflake. /Savage Snowflake. And you can donate as little as $1 a month, maybe $5. That's what I would normally do. $5, that's a beer, isn't it? There you go. Have a beer, Jeff. I won't spend it on beer. I'll spend it on this podcast and making it even better, probably in some advertising revenue, so I can get Facebook views and stuff like that for the clips. If you can't do that, that's all right. I appreciate you haven't got any money. That's fine. You're a student. You're a hardworking parent. You've got bills to make. You've got debt to clear. Whatever you need to do, that's okay with me. But do me a favor and tell some of your friends about the podcast. Get out there. Let's increase that 35 to 40,000 listenership. Let's turn it to something even bigger. And all you need to do is tell 5 of your friends, hey man, I like this podcast. Here's an episode. Check it out. It's major lols. Thank you very much, of course, to our sponsors as well. Manscaped.com over here, refining the gentleman. If you, like me, are a hirsute gentleman, you got some hair going on in your chesticles. Maybe you got some dreadlocks going on down by your ballsack. Get rid of that shit. Women are never going to fucking touch you, gentlemen. You need to go and get yourself a Lawnmower 2.0 from manscaped.com. Maybe get their refining kit. I think it's about $79.99 it retails at. But if you use code SAVAGE, that's code SAVAGE at manscaped.com upon checkout, you will get yourself 20% off all of their wonderful items. Everything. Anything you can buy on the website, 20% off. You'll also get a free leather travel bag worth $49.99 and free shipping on every order. And of course, thank you very much to Boundless Tech as well, the finest purveyors of vaping technology. I like a little smoke, you know that. I enjoy a little flower, a little weed, a little distillate, a little herb, a little resin, just to take the edge off the day. Sometimes in the evening when I'm relaxing with my friends. If you'd like to do that too, then go to Boundless Tech. That's bndlstech.com. Check out all of their vapes. They've got the Terra, which is incredible for flower. You can heat up to any degree. You can get those different terpenes, those different flavors out of the weed. You can also use the CF710, that's my favorite, or the CF720, their new piece, if you want to smoke resin or distillate. Just use code SAVAGE. You will get 25% off every order. 25%. Quarter of the price off. Can't fucking beat it. Joining me today is comedian, producer as well. Producer a hell of a lot of his shows all over the country. And I would like to call you an entrepreneur because I feel like you're probably the most business savvy comedian on the circuit
I'd
that
put
I know.
that on there. I'd check that mark off.
Mike Quu. Q-U-U.
That's
Mike
right.
Quu. How are you, man?
Q-U-U. I'm a 3 initial hack, not a 1 initial hack.
It's good to have you here, dude. You're not a hack.
Well, I added the 2 U's because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because when when you first start doing comedy,
Mike Quu, just
I was
the
like,
letter.
I went by just like Mike Quu, and I'm like, well, okay, that sounds too hacky. Let me sound it out.
Mike Quu, I'd be like, he's a black dude,
Right.
from New York, and running predominantly urban shows.
Urban shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hosted by Mike Quu.
Q in
And you have
that
a
building.
DJ
Yeah.
on stage in
See,
every
then I
show.
should have went by Mike Quu because that sounds a lot better. Because now it turns out that I'm Chinese because I sounded it out. Q. But it ended up being the smartest marketing I ever did in my life because they come to the shows. Every once in a while I look down and I go, they don't know.
Bro, you'd be like Ken Jeong of our generation. You'd be the token Asian guy on Def Jam.
I would. I could have got it. Yeah.
But I like it though. I think there's, you know what? Here's the deal. There's obvious names for every type of comedian. So like I say, that kind of urban room host, MC, probably Mike Quu with the big letter Q, and the Q's bigger on the poster.
I think
that's a general thing.
I think it's recognizable. So that's the most important thing. People see it and they go, okay, I know that dude. Or they, so. Works out.
Isn't it a depressing situation that now as comedians, we don't have to just worry about our jokes and writing funny jokes and bits and performing well and having stage confidence and presence and eloquence. We now have to be brand managers, social media managers. We have to pick the right handle, marketing experts, fucking, producers of our own content, editors of our own content, directors, like everything. When once upon a time you were just fucking funny and then people went, hey kid, I'm going to make you a star.
I feel like this though, because you think back to those days, right? And how many comics were there that are hilarious because you hear them from like the 80s and 90s, but went completely nowhere. So I think it was always the same. It's better now where you can kind of make your own noise rather than having to rely on just the industry, right?
Absolutely.
It's almost like bands now. I think it's the best time for bands because there's no like as many like U2s anymore, right? Or superstar groups, but there are plenty of like small little
Which, by the way, is a
indie.
fucking blessing. The less U2s there are in the world, the better.
This guy.
And I say that as a Commonwealth,
Right.
loving individual.
Screw that guy.
Screw fucking Bono.
What an
He's
awful-
so irritating.
What a faker, right?
I get that I don't know if he's fake. I mean, I feel like everything he does is like, good for him. Like, yeah, save the planet and do some good things. But he's just such a pretentious twat. It's so annoying. Plus, fuck their music for the most part. And thirdly, they will never be forgiven for forcing. They literally raped my iPod.
Yeah, everybody's phone had it on there.
Where was my
Remember that?
consent? Where was my hashtag?
Yep.
Me no downloady.
That's it. That's true.
You know,
We were violated.
violated by the music of
He should have at
U2.
least sent us one of his pairs of his glasses.
With every order.
Those Bono glasses.
I mean, that'd be a lot of glasses. He's probably got them though. He's probably got enough.
All of them, man. Of course he does.
Bono must have just a walk-in wardrobe for sunglasses.
We're gonna have to email him and find out. It turns out it's just it's been the same one for the last 30 years.
His house. Let's just break into his house and have a look.
Bro, Jeff, we go back, man.
We do go back.
How long ago you think it was when I first met you over here at the comedy store?
Didn't I meet you at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival first? Oh no, I met you because of Dave at
Right.
the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Yeah, that's
who
right.
You were friends with.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you gave me 100%. I
Yeah.
think you gave me my first ever live. Actually, that's not true. I did live comedy in the city before, but for a corporate client,
Right.
For McCann Erickson. But you gave me my first ever club show.
a packed out room at the
Yeah,
comedy
at the
store, the
Comedy
main
Store,
room you were
man.
hosting.
Yeah, did I
Remember
host
those?
it the first time?
Yeah. That was your thing back then. You only wanted to host shows.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was fun, though. I like hosting shows.
Yeah, man.
I'd definitely host still. I'd still host a regular show.
Yeah.
Because hosting, you get to do so much crowd work, and it's a whole different skill set that a lot of comics don't have.
But do you feel this like I feel like the evolution of your comedy, right? Back then your comedy back then was like more.
You sounded so Bostonian.
It was just more like just fun. You know what I mean?
My comedy.
Your comedy was just more fun. And now you take a political twist.
Actually, that's changed as well. I think, look, I think every great comedian should develop and grow and change in terms of their material. My stuff used to be a lot more. It was like right now, I'd say if I do a general set, 15-minute set in a club, there'll be like 5 minutes of some political stuff,
right?
Which I still make accessible to both sides of the coin and all that, both sides of the fence. Then you got like at least 5 minutes of kind of very personal sexual stories and funny little quips about, that kind of personal life or intimacy. And then 5 minutes of very heartfelt, human empathy comedy.
See, the way I divvy it up now is I always like to give my kind of spin on like what I think my take on whatever is kind of going on that's bothering me, right?
Right, yeah.
And I kind of want to kind of ease you into it, so it comes at you from behind. You don't know what's coming, right? But then I also now I found that I gotta always close my sets with stories, right? Because people want to hear some, like, kind of bring it all back together. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And and I mean, look, we come from very different schools of comedy.
Yeah.
Anyway, because the British, or let's say the United Kingdom's approach to comedy is very much very storytelling. Yeah. Like, so it's a lot of, if you ask me, maybe too long-winded stories with too few tags.
Yeah.
And the punch might be great, but you're like, all right, well, I sat for 3 minutes to hear that whole story.
Right.
And I laughed twice. Once when there was a little tag in the middle and once at the end.
Yeah.
American comedy seems to be a lot more like, get those fucking laughs every 15 seconds.
We got no attention span. We have no attention span here. Everyone needs a pop.
Maybe it is that. Maybe it's down to that. Although I think British people are just as susceptible to, how social media has changed our lack of attention span, and YouTube and clips and Vine and things like that.
I think they all work, and it's just a matter of preference, because
the perfect place for me, the perfect spot is something in the middle.
Yeah.
I like being able to tell a story. I want a comedy audience to leave the show going, I know a lot about Jeff Leach.
Yeah.
Like, I feel connected to him now because I know that we've had similar experiences with heartbreak, or he's got depression and I happen to suffer from something else, and that feels good that he's talking about mental health, or like blah 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 blah. They can go, I feel like I know this guy.
Right.
But then also I was laughing throughout the show.
Yeah.
There wasn't like dead air. There was no like, when's the joke gonna come?
Right.
But there are moments in my set as well that I fucking love doing, which is when I make the entire room completely fucking silent whilst I take them on a nice little story and a big moment for a big reveal, big punchline. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Kicking right between
theater.
the balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
but
the
not
best.
everyone's into that.
That's leading them down that dark path. That's the best release. And you're a master.
Everything you said so far has been incredibly sexual. If it were just spun in a different way, you were like, you want to just come up behind them, just give it to them from behind.
I'm so sexy.
I mean, lead them down that dark path, and just like, you really want to like keep them there, keep them waiting for more. You don't think so?
I mean, you look at these soft features. You wouldn't think. I'm a sex fucking tiger, baby.
We wouldn't think that you are.
I'm a sex tiger. I mean, because I got a little boyish face, but these hands, man. These hands were made for choking.
Wow,
that's right.
That's yeah. Okay, well, they look very, strong.
Yeah, well,
strong grip.
I got this.
Rock climbing.
Huh?
Rock climbing.
Actually, I can't climb stuff, dude. Believe it or not, I cannot climb anything because my hands are too big. Because
just
I can't.
Choking stuff.
That's it, man. It's just made for aggressive sex.
Well, dude, I mean, you got to be careful with that now.
See, you know what? I feel like this. I'm walking on the edge. Okay, I'll walk on the edge. I feel like we now we need it more than ever because I know guys are backing off. They're scared, right?
Well, it's not about backing off. It's more about just double checking every single thing before you ever do it.
And I'm just doubling down
on
who I was before.
You're using both hands for the choke now.
Exactly.
Previously, it was just a soft like, is that okay, baby?
Yeah. Okay, and then like a knee on the back.
Yeah. And you're not even choking women. You're just choking your own dick.
Exactly. That's what I had. Yeah. That's the
holding it until it goes like blue, and then.
I feel like any more of this, I'm gonna have police come visit my house.
Yeah, you will, 100%. I'll fucking send them your address.
Please don't.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you gotta be. I think sexual intimacy is it's a changing landscape.
I think this though. I think it's just now. So it's we're in a woman's world now, right? And you still don't think so?
No, I don't think we're in a woman's world. I think what we're in is we were in a patriarchy for the majority of human existence. Mm-hmm. We now have oscillated so far the other way that we're in a place where to be a man, especially to be a white man or a straight white man, these are all added layers of ugh. But to be a man, it immediately puts you in a camp of, rather than being like a strong, powerful leadership kind of character, now people think of men as like, oh, they're probably a scumbag, probably a shit bag. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I think it's the alpha thing,
but it will come back to the middle. It's going to come back to the middle. It's not a woman's world. It should be a human world.
Well, I think I think just in terms of now the way we have to approach it from the woman's point of view now. It's very important because of everything that's happening. So you have to think
from an empathetic point of
view,
man.
Yeah, you got to be. You have to empathize.
But I've always been doing that. I never like fucking people and just going, "This is what I'm gonna do to you," and like I'll be a bit like, "Baby, I'm feeling freaky. You want me to like, you want to do a little thing?" Because if she's not into it,
right?
I can't keep an erection if a woman's like upset by what's happening sexually. That wouldn't arouse me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, second tears come out. It's like, normally I get really excited, but these days I have to, tone that down.
You're making all these jokes, Mike Quu, and I will hazard a guess they are 100% jokes. But you got to be careful because there's someone out there right now who's been had it in for you for years.
Yeah.
It always is on the internet. There's always one fucking troll or one ex-girlfriend who hated you or you didn't fucking...
All of them.
Yeah, honestly, man. But that's all it takes is one person from your past who hates you enough.
Right.
Because of their own insecurities, their own mental illness, whatever the fuck it is, to go... I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to take these clips. I'm going to showcase Mike Quu as a fucking...
Well, now that you've given the instruction manual, that's what they're going to do.
They didn't need it. They already got it. They downloaded it. It's fucking... There's forums, I'm sure, for how to ruin someone's life. I'm sure that's a Reddit thread.
Yeah, no, but what I meant though by I think it's a woman's world now is where we have to 100%, like you said, be empathetic of them.
So we both cry after sex.
You have to, yes. You both have to cry after sex, and you need that consensual.
It's
form
a woman's
as well.
world. We're going to see her parents before we fuck.
I like to meet their parents. It's the first chance I get. That's how I meet them.
Yeah?
Usually it's through their parents.
During.
Yeah. During?
During.
Text message.
Mum and dad walk
text
in
message,
like,
text
what are you
message
doing, Sarah? Like, oh no, who's this brown boy? Actually,
Brown
I'm
boy.
Asian. I'm Asian, but
I'm half and half, man. I got it all.
are you? Wait, you Latin as well?
I'm
Hispanic?
half Puerto Rican and half Filipino.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just Filipino.
No, half and half.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, man.
My lady's Puerto Rican and Jamaican.
She does look very Latina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for you, dude.
She,
you did
know what
it.
the most Latina thing she does?
What's that?
When she says the word literally. So I'd say literally or literally. How would you say it?
Literally.
Literally. Yeah. She says literally.
Oh, that's kind of like the.
Literally.
That's the Latina thing
It's
coming
the
out.
only word she says.
Literally, like for real. Literally.
Well, like literally. No, it's more like it's like a song. It's like droplets, like little Latin droplets falling down on the skin of a snare drum. That's the most like Latin thing I could describe. You know, it's like comes down. It's like literally.
Ding ding ding
Literally.
ding 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 ding, and then you start salsa dancing with each other.
Literally, dun 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 dun. Literally, dun 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 dun. Literally, dun 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 dun. Literally.
Okay, and that's how you guys, and that's a story of how you guys met each other.
She might listen to this.
Literally, she might listen to this.
Literally might listen to it, and I'm literally might get my fucking face slapped later on.
That's so funny.
But I mean, that's the only time, apart from aesthetically. I mean, she's a very beautiful girl, like a lot of Latin women are. But that's one word that every time I hear it, it makes me smile, and then she gets annoyed because she knows she's doing it.
I want to know what happened to you that you think that this word reminds you of like Hispanic. Like
it's the phrasing, it's the musical phrasing of how she says that word.
Okay.
Is more in keeping with a Latin accent than it is with a white American accent. So. You know, a white American would be like literally or literally. You know? Where she goes
just like that.
Literally, it's like da 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 da.
You're gonna do that at your wedding.
That's a Guiro.
Yeah.
Guiro.
So did you when you were living in New York, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you kind of like you got the taste for Latin women out there?
No. So I know that 100%. Maybe you're the same, right? What's your mum look like?
My mom, she's Asian.
She's Asian,
she's Filipino, yeah. So
you ever been attracted to like Asian girls?
Never.
Really?
Yeah, never.
See, so my mum's Romanian Macedonian. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to bang my mum. Not anymore. You know, she's too old. No. But she was dark.
Once.
She was dark. Dark hair, you know, and Romanian women. I was surrounded by Romanian women. And Romanian women are quite Slavic, quite dark. They can actually be very bronze, you know. But so whenever I go to Romania, as a kid, my first loves, all these first girls that I was falling in love with, were these like, I'm an 11-year-old boy, and there's these 11-year-old girls in Romania running around with dark tans and dark long hair and dark eyes, and I'm in love.
So this really is like a Freudian thing. You really are in love with your mom here. And you're aware of this.
It's Freudian rather than Oedipal in the sense that I don't want to fucking my mom.
But you like the qualities, the motherly qualities.
I do think there's an element that if whatever you're influenced by, whatever you see as beauty when you're a youngster, often that will transcend into your adult life. So for me, beautiful girls were like dark, mysterious foreign women. You know, from my home in England, and they were all like bronzed and dark hair. So I from that point on, I was always into that. But I'm very attracted to like the mystery and the cultural differences of like Asian girls. I really love Latin girls, Asian girls, black girls. And I've actually dated majority white women.
So for me, it's like,
but they were mistakes. That's it.
You learned your lessons.
Just lost one of my biggest fan bases right there. Load of white girls.
It's a good idea. Alienate the biggest population of people.
Right. I predominantly. I'm just going after.
See, white people are good like that.
Gay men and black dudes. That's all I want. Gay men and black chicks. Sorry.
Pretty specific.
That's
pretty
it.
specific.
Yeah, and some Latin women. That's all I want.
The one that as long as they look dark enough. Then you got him.
Yeah, that's the American way of judging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just how dark are you? Yeah,
right. Now we can be friends.
Now I can call you brown.
Now I can.
Well, I mean,
do you ever have a friend that was half black, right? or fully black. You thought he was fully black, and then you found out he was half white, and then something you kind of make you feel bad. You're like, wait a second.
Actually, not. No, I've
Get out of
definitely
here.
had. I mean,
You
are
ain't
we,
my
are we
black
still
friend
legally
anymore.
allowed to say mixed race? Is that still a term that's okay?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it still politically correct? I don't fucking know.
Mixed
but-
race is fine.
All right, because
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
mixture of two races. I
I'm
understand.
mixed race. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
mixed race. There
No,
we go.
you're not. How are you mixed race?
Macedonian and English. Yeah.
Bro, you're white and white, dude.
You wish I were. Bro, I'm not that tan at the moment, but I actually.
No, you tan up, but I mean, these are both, what would be called? Aryan
Actually,
backgrounds,
Slavic.
right?
You know, it'd be Slavic.
It's Eastern
It's
European.
more Slavic. I'm Illyrian by blood.
All right, we'll give him that. He wants to be a minority. We'll let him have it today.
I'm not a minority, but I'm not straight white European.
You wouldn't
not
consider
in
yourself
anywhere.
straight white. Uh-huh.
No, not really. I think like the Macedonians, we came from so far east.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, don't get me wrong, it took us hundreds of years to and then thousands of years and to migrate to Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
But the way that we look and like look, white people, Russians are white people, right?
Uh-huh.
But they ain't.
But some of them
They
are.
ain't. They're fucking Asian, some of them.
Yeah, so because do you know this is because it's because of
You know what I mean?
Genghis Khan when he ruled, right? He had
Tiny little guy, really small.
and he had sex with so many women, he impregnated so many that there's like a certain percentage of all Russians have his DNA in them. That's a real man right there.
A real man right there, putting his DNA inside of loads
Thousands.
of Russian men.
I mean, think about it. I mean, how many could you really pop off if you had to? Right?
If I'd had a baby with every woman that I'd ever slept with, I'd have a lot of babies right now.
You can't. You're not going to impregnate them.
700-800.
You wouldn't impregnate them all.
If I was going for the gold,
If you were going for the gold, you're like,
I would, yeah.
You would turn it on. You would turn it on and be like, I'm going to do this.
there's got to be a guy somewhere in the world right now who has in excess of like 50 or 100 babies. There must be one man who has that.
I tie it to because you can like look at people's intelligence. Like you're an intelligent guy. You don't have any kids. Do you have any kids? Right?
Not yet.
And generally, intelligence correlates to not having children, right?
No, that's not true in the
It
slightest.
is true. It is true.
Not
It is true.
What I do think correlates is that people who maybe have less drive and ambition for their careers or their personal, or they have lower IQ and less education, might be more susceptible to having larger families.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But then also, so the working class people who could be equally as intelligent, but they got a harder job where really the only enjoyment you can have because you don't have a lot of money is fucking in the evening. And, maybe you don't spend money on condoms and, blah, blah, blah. And you just go, all right. And also religious people. A lot of intelligent religious people have lots of babies because they don't believe in
Intelligent religious
contraception.
people. Did you really just say that? Did you really just say that?
It was an oxymoron. Yeah, you're right. You're correct.
But the thing is, no, check it out. It's only I'll show you, right? I'll prove it to you right now, right?
you right now.
Because all of the higher educated you are, right, the less likely you are to have kids, or you'll have a smaller family. It's just true, right? It's just statistics, okay? And the lower your education level, the
I
more
refute your statistics.
that
Unless
is
you're going to
that is
present me
actual
fucking
statistics.
factual
We can
evidence.
Google it right now. That is actual statistics, right?
Right.
So this is true, right? And you can look at it
According to theonion.com.
you can look at it in the surnames. It's true though, right? All right, because how many Einsteins have you met in your life?
Oh, God, so few.
Right? How many Smiths have you met?
Millions.
How many Ramirez have you met?
I don't know.
Oh, you see what
that
I'm
a lot?
going.
Ramirez is a lot?
Oh, you mean it's a popular name, right? So
Is it? Okay,
it's a
popular,
popular name, right?
yeah.
You see what I'm talking? There's tons of Johnsons out there.
Literally millions.
Right. Yeah, there's very, very, very few Musks. The name just doesn't go on and on.
Yeah.
It's just because they have a
But
very
what about,
small
all
amount of
right,
children.
what about James Brown? He was a musical genius.
Right.
Pumped out a huge amount of kids. That motherfucker spunked in every vagina receptacle he ever came across.
That was this is the one you're picking. You're picking James Brown.
I'm just throwing in some an anomaly into your carefully prepared
I think it could be
statistics.
debatable how smart James Brown was. Wasn't he like a woman
musical
beater?
genius.
Wasn't he like a woman beater and all
You
this?
can
and
be
that?
intelligent and be a piece of shit.
I'm talking about.
Michael Jackson
yeah.
was a musical genius.
Right. I think when
kids.
it goes to artists, that's a different world, right? Because you throw the word genius around someone that's an artist, now it becomes loose, right? Right? Because if somebody's a talented artist, you automatically put genius up there.
No,
But if
Mozart
we really
was a
had to
genius.
boil it down,
I think Michael Jackson was a musical genius. I think Prince was a musical genius.
yes,
I think
yes.
David Bowie was a musical genius.
yes, genius.
I think like Kanye West is a prolific auteur of provocative art
yeah.
and a good producer. I don't think he's a genius.
You don't think Kanye was a genius?
Not necessarily.
I think that. I mean, what?
Maybe he is.
I
Musically. But he's definitely not a genius in other aspects of his life.
No, so we can't. I mean, when it comes to artists, that's just stretching because
So
everyone
you're
likes to throw
saying
the
creative genius doesn't equate to intelligence?
I don't think creative genius is the loophole behind genius, right? Where you go, oh, well, he's a genius, you know. But let's talk about real geniuses, all right? Elon Musk.
He can't pay his fucking taxes, though.
Exactly.
If you can't pay your taxes, how clever
how
really
smart
are
can you really be?
If
right?
you've just gone to jail for, for not paying your fucking taxes.
Yeah, that's it. Which is most of them.
Most of the rappers.
No. Like a lot of people, a lot of artists get in that kind of trouble, right?
I wonder if that's their fault because they're so wrapped up in just making more money and performing and stuff like that. An accountant along the way or a lawyer along the way just fucks something up.
But think about it, okay, let's take Kanye for example, right? 21 years old when he really started to pop off, right? Like, did you know about having an accountant back then? Like, I just
don't even know about my accounts now.
Exactly.
I'm 35 years old, bro. I'm setting up a business right now. Like my friend and partner and I from Oregon, and we're setting up a CBD business. And the amount of fucking paperwork that I've been doing every day is depressing. And I'm really scared because it's kind of industry where if I get like one number wrong,
right?
Maybe my NAICS number or something like that.
Yeah.
If I get that wrong on one piece of paperwork, I could go to jail.
You could. I'm still scared of that. Aren't you still kind of a little bit scared? Or are you like risk versus reward? Because if you get into the weed biz, right, it's still
it's not
federally.
weed. I'm CBD, baby. CBD.
CBD.
Only
CBD.
No, but it's true. CBD products only. So it's all 0.3% THC or less. And as long as you know the legality of what you're doing and you have a good lawyer and you have a good accountant, which I now do.
But I want to know, how do you get down to that 0.3? You have to have the full potency first available.
No. They're different plants. It's from the same family, hemp or marijuana plants. But if you grow a hemp plant and you get COA checks, like certificate of authenticities, and they test the THC levels and they test it over time to make sure it doesn't increase in THC levels. So yeah, you can check that you are federally legally covered. And we have to. We pay for extra checks. So if a company goes, here's our COA, we go, cool, we're going to get another one done. They go, if you want to pay for it, go ahead. So we pay $150 and get a new COA done.
I feel like I missed out by not smoking weed. You know that?
Yeah.
It's never done anything for me. It's so, I know.
It's because you never smoked it.
Well, no, I've tried so many times.
Do you have anxiety?
I don't have when I smoke weed, I do get anxiety.
Major depression?
No, but when I do smoke it, I get all those things.
I don't think you need to smoke weed then.
Just the amount of fun you guys are having.
Well, then
right?
you do it every now and then, and sometimes in the evenings when you don't have anything else to get on with. And then you can be a very casual weed smoker.
I have it in my place right now, right? I got some Gorilla Glue there, I tried.
Isn't that tape?
Huh?
Isn't that duct tape?
Glue?
Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Tape.
I was
like, isn't that a duct tape?
It is actually.
Are we back to the choking again now? What's happening? I got some weed in my house. I got some duct tape.
Gorilla Glue.
I got a 22-year-old nubile young thing running around my apartment right now. She doesn't even know how to get out. Mike Quu, come to the show.
We don't want that image of me out there,
Freak
please.
on a leash tour.
That is crazy.
Bro, you are dating a 22-year-old though.
I am, yeah.
Fuck, man, that's powerful.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what?
You don't know where you're going to find love.
You'd be surprised about how much you have in common with people. I don't know if that just means like...
How out of touch do you feel, though? What are the things that you, as a 32-year-old man, what do you feel that you would love? Like, what are experiences that a 22-year-old just can't relate to?
You know what? I think that it's just a matter of, are you done, Are you done with, like, your partying phase, right? Because that is kind of the reason why you want to be with someone younger too. Because I feel like that's the only true time machine that exists, dude.
To party.
It's a time
through
machine.
Their eyes.
Yeah.
But then the only fear is, I went to a party on Sunday. I went to a birthday party where everyone was in their 30s. Some people in their 40s. And that was lovely. It was really nice. I brought a tri-tip. I cooked it on the fucking
10 p.m.
thing.
Everyone goes home.
Bro, literally, we started at like 2.
Literally?
Literally. The party started at 2. We arrived at 4. We fired up the barbecue a second time. I made tri-tip. Everyone loved it. Literally perfect. But literally, we 8 o'clock. It was like, all right, cool, we're rolling. Thank you very much. And everyone was going home to chill. Then we went to another party with our friend. She's a casting director, and she's like, I think she's 27 years old.
Yeah.
She was like, at this party, it's a bit of a crazy type frat deal, blah, blah, blah. This is how they do these parties, blah. And we're like, okay. And on the way, I was looking at my girl, and I was like, if I hate this within like 20 minutes, are you cool with us leaving? Because if it's like loads of young douchebags called Chad fucking playing beer pong and like girls who are really messy going, I love your hair. Like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And she was like, we're on the same page, no worries.
Right.
And we got there, and it was actually awful lot of fun. And there were a few people, 30 or around that age.
Right.
But the majority of people were young. And I'm not going to lie, I felt a little old.
You felt a little old there.
Little bit, just a little, like, I wanted to sit down.
Right. There were no chairs around?
There was a point where I wanted to sit down. And I was like, this party hasn't catered for people who really want to have a sit down.
Right, you're like, you were over the red cups. You're like...
So many red cups. There was beer pong. But they seem to be very into the actual methodical playing of the game rather than pounding beers.
Right.
There was no beer in the cups. It was water.
Which is why I've never been down with that game. Just give me the drink,
Just drink it.
Let's soften this life up a bit.
Here's beer pong. Stick this up your arsehole and let's drink beer.
Exactly.
And when you're drunk enough, that will pong out.
We're done.
Might ping out. Who knows?
Whoever pops out last wins.
That's a great take on beer pong.
Yeah. It's probably cleaner.
You drink beer until you prolapse, and the last person to retain their ping pong ball is the winner.
Right.
And what do they win? Surgery. Hemorrhoid surgery. You ever had a hemorrhoid?
No, I've never had a hemorrhoid, man.
Dude, I got one right now.
Dude, you're showing your age again, dude.
No, because you get them when you're young. I got one in my early 20s.
How the hell does it come about?
Well, in my early 20s, it came about because of huge amounts of cocaine. Huge mountains of cocaine.
So wait a second.
Literally, an entire mountain of cocaine.
So you're doing cocaine, and this made how? Explain,
no. When I was 20, that's what gave me
a hemorrhoid.
A hemorrhoid, and I had one, and it was like a little grape. And the reason you get it is because when you're so fucking coked up, you don't feel your body as well as you should. You're also, worked up, blah, blah, blah. You're in a rush. And you go for a shit because coke makes you want to shit most of the time because it's full of laxatives and Novocaine and all sorts of shit is cut up with that makes you want to poop.
Right.
And when you poop, rather than just breathing normally through a poop and relaxing and letting your ass do the work over a little bit at a time, you're like, I need to get back into the club and let me just shit this out, and you fucking shit too hard and you cause your blood vessel to pop up, and then you got a little grape on your bumhole. And you got to put some cream on. You got to take some medication. It sucks.
And that's how you know you don't need to be messing around with drugs when you're getting a fucking blister on your ass from taking drugs. They are not for you.
This is just going through the wars. If you've done drugs, that's just you going through the wars. You're like, all right.
It's
today
never
I've
happened
got a grape on my arsehole.
To anybody I've spoken to before. This has never been one of the side effects.
How many coke heads do you know?
Okay, see, none, because that would be abusing it. You don't want to do that.
Well, everyone I know who's ever been into coke for a period of time in their life, every single person, 100% has had hemorrhoids. Every male, female, it doesn't matter. You've shit too hard once. And I got one in Vegas because I was drinking there. I haven't done Class A's for years, but I was drinking for the first time in months. And I had a few drinks over the course of the week, and I had to rush to get on stage. I was like, have I got time for a shit? And the MC was like, yeah, you're good. You got like 3 minutes. And I was like, 3 minutes. I was like, we'll do a bit of material. I'll come out but I was rushed into the toilet to poop before I went on because I'm a stomach comic, not a head comic. I'm never nervous about my material, never nervous about the people, never worried that I'm not going to be able to make them laugh. But my body is clearly feeling that fear, but doesn't translate it to my mind. So it just sits in my stomach and I go, I need to poop, I need to poop, I need to poop, I need to poop.
Right before you get on stage, right?
Sometimes, if I'm rushed or if I'm feeling a bit, and I clearly just strained too hard. Next day I woke up, I was like, oh, my ass is a bit sore.
That's part of your set.
I didn't even party to get this.
No.
Just was old.
Look how life works out, right?
Sucks.
Now before you're going on stage to do your job, it's a ritual. And I bet you had the best set of your life, and now it's going to be a thing where, before you go on stage, you're like, I'm going to have to...
an ass nugget every time.
Exactly.
I'm going to have a whole bunch of grapes down there.
Isn't it crazy how anything could be going on, right? You could be sick, right? Right before you step on stage, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to walk on stage like this, right? And it goes away.
I'm going to puke. As soon as you get on stage, it's gone,
It pauses.
Adrenaline.
And then the second you get off, it's back.
Oh, no. As soon as I get off, it's gone.
It still stays permanent?
If I feel sick or like if I'm tired, migraine, or not migraine, but if I got a headache or I'm a bit tired or my tummy's a bit unsure or I was feeling ill beforehand or whatever, and I go on stage and perform, as soon as I get on stage, it's gone. And when I get off, I'm like, oh, I think wasn't I ill beforehand?
You see me, it's like hitting a pause button. I step on stage, pause, second I unpause, dude,
Shit, you got.
I gotta go. Yeah. Point me to the bathroom.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Uh-huh.
It's hard when you're emceeing because you got to keep going up there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Have you ever been caught out? You ever had a really bad one where you genuinely like, oh, I could have a mess on stage?
Do you remember that gig that we did in New York at Gotham? Where
Yeah.
I had to keep, like, I think maybe you had to show up late and a couple of the other comics had to show up late too, but every time I had to go on stage, I had to walk on and do like another 10 to 15.
I do remember. I didn't show up late for you for the set, did I?
I think, yeah, you were a little bit, everybody for somehow was just running a little bit late.
Oh.
And I had to just keep on stepping back and doing another 10 to 12. And it's like, the people are like, what is this guy doing?
Doing a lot of material. They saw your entire special.
They saw the whole thing.
Whole thing. You did it in reverse. You got all the way through it, and then you had to do an extra bit, so you just did it backwards.
Have you ever had that happen where you're doing it like the time that you weren't expecting to, and now you don't remember if you did these jokes or not?
Oh fuck. No, but I have been on stage and been high, like really stoned, and had to ask the audience. Wait, hang on a sec. Did I do the bit about? Did I do the? But knew that within the context of the show, and how I'd been in the set up until now, like I'd already done well. I was killing, and I had already highlighted the fact that I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fucking high right now. And the audience loved that, and they were on board with it, and they could tell, but they were also having fun. That I knew they weren't gonna be angry. It wasn't gonna come off like a lack of professionalism. It was gonna come off as is this a character? Is he just being funny? Like, They laughed a lot. And I was like, no, but seriously, dude, I need you to. And he was like, no. Okay, cool. So anyway, but that's the only time I've ever gone, fuck, have I done this before?
It just happened to me. It was in San Francisco. And San Francisco, have you ever done comedy up there?
Yeah. Well, one club. I've done Cobb's.
Yeah, Cobb's, the big one.
I did, yeah, it's a big room.
Yeah.
And I did a spot there for I don't know, my manager got me booked on a show, and I fucking had a stormer.
Yeah.
And then I was like, who's the booker? I'd love to like say hi and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yeah, not here.
Right.
It's a producer. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well,
I've done so many of those. Laugh Factory, same thing. Killed it.
Yeah.
Booker wasn't even there.
The person that's important is never around. Yeah. Well, that's the worst when it happens in the middle of the country. You know, you just had the greatest set of your entire life, and it's like, did it even happen?
Yeah. You know what's more upsetting is when you have a great set, like I did when we performed in Levity Live in Oxnard. Had a wonderful 40-minute set.
Yeah.
Sent the video to the booker, like, hey, look, here's me crushing
at your club
to a packed audience. Could I get booked at some of your clubs, or at least come and do a tryout for you?
Right.
And they don't even respond to the email. That's more frustrating. That's like literally going into someone's restaurant,
working for them,
cooking the most beautiful 3-course meal. All the customers
clapping, applause.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Bring out the chef. He's amazing.
Right.
And then the restaurant manager, you send a sample.
Look what I did.
With all the reviews of the audience.
Look what I've done.
And then the restaurateur just goes, "No, I'm alright. I got some other chefs."
Right. He doesn't even respond.
Even look at
Doesn't even respond.
I'm like, you could have Michelin star in your fucking comedy club. I want to be the first Michelin star comedian.
Comic. I would hate that they would ever even have to do that, because I would be so stressed about it. Because then the whole thing would be you'd be talking about those stars, man. It would just be a whole list of everyone who's got the stars.
Comedy's
the top would be Kevin Hart,
isn't it? Just like every art form.
Kevin Hart would be up there. We'd all want to murder ourselves. He'd be number one on the list.
Would he have 3 stars?
He would be the Michelin star. I mean, you'd have to think that it works just like anything else.
As a successful actor or as a stand-up?
He's rated right now, I think, on the Hollywood Reporter. I think I saw Michael Blackson puts a list out every week, and it's up there. He's number one every single week.
Well, let me say, first of all, I think Kevin is incredibly talented.
Right.
His stand-up might not be my taste.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people's taste. Otherwise, they wouldn't fucking watch it. And they wouldn't buy the tickets.
I think it's because he's a movie star.
He's a star as well.
Yeah.
He's also a star. That's all him. He created his career.
Yeah.
He put in the effort. I think he's funny. I've seen him I like him in interviews.
Yeah.
When him and The Rock, when Dwayne Johnson and him are doing stuff together, they're hilarious together.
That's the best buddy cop.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
They should have a podcast together. They should have a touring show where it's just them ripping each other. And maybe they bring people out of the audience and do some little thing.
You should tell them, hey, why don't you guys take a step down from your $100 million acting careers?
Exactly.
And then go on tour together.
Yeah.
Tour the improvs.
But actually, irony being, in this day and age, even if you're getting paid whatever, I don't think he's getting paid $100 million a film.
Oh, wait, their annual salaries. Yeah,
There's certainly, he's probably certainly earning like what, $10 million a movie, maybe something like that. Is
Yeah,
that really
yeah.
what he want?
Yeah.
Maybe even if it's like 5, that's still not bad a movie.
Right.
So that motherfucker, the money he makes there, if they actually did a tour, and because they would sell out 2,000 seat theaters in every city in the US.
They could do stadiums together.
They could, but I think for a show like that, you want to make it exciting and like personal, and you want to go, look, there's 2,000 seats. It's going to be in all these gorgeous theaters. We're going to sit down. If they're selling 2,000 seats at like, let's say like $50 to $100 a ticket, $100 a ticket.
Right.
Yeah,
they'd kill it.
They would make more money than doing the movies.
They would kill it. Yeah.
There's more money in. Look, Brian Callen. You were talking about Brian Callen before the podcast and how much you enjoy his work. And we had a conversation on the previous podcast, and he said like he loves doing the TV show, Schooled. He loves it, and he loves doing movies and things. He loves being an actor.
Right.
But he just goes, there's just more money in performing live.
Right.
And doing podcasts.
Right.
Infinitely more money in it.
Yeah.
Why do you want to wake up at 6 a.m?
I guess the closer you can get to the audience, that's all it's about. The more middlemen you put in between, right? It's going to be, there's just other checks that have to be written. Just.
So what you're saying is we should do the first ever living room tour where people just pay us huge amounts of money.
And they come to the living room.
And we go to their house and we perform for them just in their front room.
House to house.
They sit on the couch like they're watching an episode of Game of Thrones.
Right.
Me and you jump out.
Right.
Hey, what's going on,
Act
guys?
it out. Act out the whole entire series for them.
The entire series of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready.
Oh, we do.
You can do all the characters in Westeros, in Marine, right?
Right. See? We do that a couple thousand times a week.
We're looking for a diverse actor. Not a white guy. We're looking for not a white guy for this role.
Diverse.
To play every character from Marine.
Male and female.
Male and female. Dude, I can't wait for you to be Miss Sunday.
I would do it. I would crush it.
But then I'm going to have to kind of blackface up to play,
Never a good idea.
No?
Never a good idea to blackface
play Grey
up.
Worm, but a Grey Worm.
You don't ever want to blackface up, dude.
You're right. You know what I'll do? Just get super tan. Because he's quite fair-skinned anyway.
Right.
And I'll just put my hair into a bald cap, and you play Miss Sunday. You're going to put on a big wig, fro wig.
I'm Miss Sunday. Don't chop my head off.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
And like, Miss Sunday, no! But then we get sexing.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything because I haven't got any testicles.
No.
Like, the jizz is never going to come.
Is that what it is with those guys?
Well, a eunuch is where they remove the testicles to keep the voices high. They often did it with singers and performers, to stop them going through
See, I wasn't sure if they were missing the whole set.
But I think the suggestion is that they cut off the penis and the balls.
Like, they're just clean down there.
They're
all
smooth.
they're like Ken dolls.
Like, you think I'm smooth using the Manscaped Lawnmower 2.0?
Right.
These motherfuckers are smooth. They went the whole hog, just took the
everything off.
But then they would just have like a concave, like a hole. I don't know.
I don't even want to imagine it, but that's what I was thinking the whole entire time.
I mean, if Dan and Dave, Weissman and had like spent a little more, Dave Benioff and Dan Wiseman or whatever, had spent a bit more time focusing on those elements.
Yeah.
Maybe we would have got the season we deserved.
So now, are you one of the people that is hating on the season?
How do I feel about Game of Thrones? I feel like the shitty last season was irritating, and I think that it came out of the greed of the producers.
Yeah.
Deciding to direct and write.
Right.
When they're not naturally incredibly talented at directing or script writing. Yeah. And that showed. I think it was a bit of kick in the face to the actors. I like the ending. I like all the endings. Like all the outcomes.
Right.
I didn't have any issue with that because they were heavily influenced by what George R.R. Martin said is going to happen in his books.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they got to them. I think they were incredibly poor decisions.
Right.
So yeah, I found it like the last half of the last season was dog shit. However, does that ruin my enjoyment of the entire program as a whole? No, I had some really good fun watching that program.
I feel like it comes down to last season in the series. And I think if you had to rank best series ever, right? I was really hoping for this one to just take the cake, right?
It should have done.
It should have done. And I
could have done.
I feel like as Game of Thrones watchers, we were in competition with the non-Game of Thrones watchers. Because, we were trying to push them to watch it. You got to watch. You got to watch. You got to catch up.
This last season.
And they were so...
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be the big battle.
And they were all like, I'm not investing my time. It's a dumb magic show, whatever.
And now they get to say...
They get the last laugh.
Told you so.
They get the last laugh.
I proudly never watched an episode of Game... Congratulations, you fat fuck.
Yeah, you won. All right?
I call him fat.
Uh-huh.
Because I assume he is.
Right. If you're not watching Game of Thrones, you're probably overweight.
Yeah. Only the most beautiful people watch.
That's
Although
all it's
here's the
for.
deal, I had a big conversation. I now am every time I mention the word fat, and she's achieved what she wanted to achieve. You know Jenny Zagrino,
Okay, yes.
fantastic comedian, and she and I talked about fat phobia on a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
And she actually educated me to some stuff that I wasn't aware of about body types and about the diversity of body types, and also how scientifically people are predisposed. I always was of the camp that, you know, look, if you eat less calories and you fucking burn every day,
You'll be skinnier.
You'll be thin and
Right.
healthy. Don't
Right.
eat so much. Stop fucking eating McDonald's.
Right.
Get on a treadmill.
Right.
And, you know,
Right.
change your life for the better.
Yeah.
You know? Don't be morbidly obese. That's not okay. We shouldn't encourage that. Body positive? Yes.
Right.
Making kids think it's all right to be obese or no.
Right.
No, I'm not on board with that.
Yeah.
And then the information she gave me has really changed my opinion a little bit, and it makes me feel like a piece of shit every
What is
time
that?
I
What
like
is the
make a
information she
joke
gave
like that
you?
where I go, just some fat fuck behind a TV. But that's because we imagine the fat nerd with a neck beard going, I hate everything. I'm on Reddit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But actually, now I feel bad saying it. She's changed. She's Jenny.
Here's
What
the
have you
thing.
done, you bitch?
Here's the thing, though,
You
because
bitch.
they want to make you think that those statistics are way bigger than they are, right?
What do you mean?
Because, like, yeah,
Obesity
like
statistics?
no, it's a problem for people that are predisposed to it, but it's not as big as like what we're dealing with. You know? Did you know this, that you could actually trace the obesity epidemic to this one slogan, right? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know? Do you guess who came up with that?
Someone who loved breakfast.
1930 something, John Kellogg, right? Kellogg's, the cereal, right? Came up with a marketing, invented
Really?
cereal.
Is that true?
Yeah, they invented cereal, and they go, how are we going to sell this cereal? And they said, let's come up with a marketing campaign. Nobody ate breakfast before then, right? They said, let's make a marketing campaign. Breakfast is
Nobody had breakfast before.
it
then?
wasn't a thing. People had
You
2
didn't
meals
wake
a
up in the
day.
morning and feel hungry and eat a little food?
No, most people just didn't have breakfast. It wasn't a thing. You had 2 meals a day, right?
I love these like random fucking
This is a fact.
statistics and facts.
It's a real statistic. You,
just
can look
pull
this
out
up.
of your asshole and just go.
No, this is true.
I would be able to do that if I didn't have grapes surrounding my asshole.
Yeah.
So
Right, you have a lot. You should do less
just
cocaine.
one. I just have one right now.
Okay.
But it's shrunk. It's already shrunk. It's shrinking.
Okay. Just in time for you to go back on stage and get another one.
It's been around for almost 2 weeks.
But no, this is true, though. All right. It can link the obesity epidemic to breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's a marketing campaign that's put out in the 1930s by Kellogg's. And from then on, that adding that extra meal a day, slowly in the U.S., obesity, rose. But you can go back. Before then, people didn't eat breakfast.
But we had that saying over in the UK. We've had that saying around for the breakfast is the most. I mean, and also
Yeah, we made it in
scientifically-
1930s. I mean, you were around
I'm going to have to do
1930s.
some
Okay.
fact checking on you, bro.
Right.
I feel like you're
You have
you're a walking Trump speech right now.
Trust
I don't know what you're saying is true, what's not.
I'm laying down statistics.
I like
Boy.
I literally love the idea. I just don't know if it's true or not.
All right. It's
I'm
true.
going to have to
Okay.
fact check you, bro. Can we get some fact checkers on this, please? Do you eat breakfast every morning?
I don't. And you know what? It is. 'Cause you do this fasting thing, right? Which I don't believe in
You
fasting.
do the intermittent fasting. I don't do that. I should.
I don't call it intermittent fasting because I'm not that pretentious. Like I feel like anybody that says that is just you need to smack them. Intermittent
So what do you say?
fasting.
I don't eat.
I just
late.
skip a meal. All right.
Skip a meal,
I don't
bro.
call it fasting. I feel like it's an insult to people that actually fast. People do
Ramadan,
Ramadan.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Gandhi fasted for 21 days, right?
Yeah.
He went on a fast.
Yeah, but didn't he look fucking on point in those 21 days?
Yeah. But just like
You could see those ribs from like a mile away.
God, man, can you believe that?
Yeah.
He was looking good.
Abs,
he was looking
chiseled.
sexy.
Fuck.
He was looking sexy.
I wish Gandhi was like super jacked as well.
I would just love to find out that he had such an anger problem. That he was really an alpha, you know what I mean?
But I want everyone to be peaceful and
will
love
you shut the
one
fuck
another.
up?
Thank you. And then Gandhi goes behind a closed door and just turns around and just starts smacking the side of his fucking assistant.
Yeah.
Why did you say that I was from this? You got it wrong, you bastard. Takes off his sandal, his flip-flop, and just starts beating his assistant.
Exactly. That must have been going down. Like the Gandhis, the Mother Teresas. I want to know the bad stuff that went down.
They used to call him Ghengis Gandhi.
Ghengis Gandhi.
Behind closed doors, yeah.
Oh, well, that's how he got stuff done, Think about it. Social media these days, social media would have ruined all these icons that we know of, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gandhi, Mother Teresa, dude.
Can you imagine if we had the kind of technological advances we have now, can you imagine what kind of horrendous shit they may have found out about someone from their past or what they once said or whatever?
I think it would have been better, though, because if it would have been done then, it would have been over by now. It would just be used to it.
Who's beyond reproach, though? Dalai Lama, he's probably beyond reproach because they're chosen from childhood.
I don't know, man.
Nah,
I don't
come
know.
on.
You're gonna find out in a previous lifetime. This guy was like getting it out with children.
Reincarnated from a pedophile. That's what
yes.
Wow.
You're gonna find out. They'll find stuff on everybody.
I'm not gonna be the guy who spreads that rumor. Have you heard the Dalai Lama in a previous life used to be a pedophile? So
BuzzFeed will find a way to take down any man. You see what they're trying to do to Tony
10
Robbins?
things.
Tony Robbins.
10 awful jobs that Dalai Lama could have done in a previous life. Murderer. Pedophile.
Drowns puppies.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just
Game of Thrones final series writer.
Spoiler. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Internet troll.
The worst human to ever live.
I always thought that about musicians as well, because there was it was for a period of time very famous in the UK, and it was like kind of like not just a cult classic, it was mainstream classic, but it was also a panel show that the British people loved. Yeah. And it was called Nevermind the Buzzcocks. And it's a panel show where you have a host in the middle, 3 guests on one side, 3 on the other side. Normally it was 1 comedian, or comedy actor or someone from TV, and then 2 musicians. So you'd have you could have Kanye and Dido and fucking Brian Callen on one side and blah, blah, blah. But they were British, generally British acts, with the occasional American visitor.
Right. I like that your last reference of a British act was Dido.
Yeah.
When's the last time she put out an album?
Really recently. No, like in the last month. I saw a big billboard for her. That's why she came to my head. I was who's a random
Dido.
older school artist that's now back in action? Oh, there you go, Dido. She's trying to get a bit PR for her new EP or whatever. Okay. But yeah, those 3. And then you would have like a team on the other side. And then you have rounds and they have to guess things, that have guess the song, and people have to play it just from memory on tambourine and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it was a great show. But I always looked at it and gone, Jesus Christ, if Kurt Cobain hadn't died at 27, if, all of these shit-hot musicians hadn't died in their youth, they just would have got old. And then you would have had a 50-year-old Kurt Cobain or a 45-year-old Kurt Cobain on Nevermind the Buzzcocks going, well, since I did Celebrity Big Brother, things have been a bit weird.
And it would ruin them.
And you'd be like, oh.
Is he really doing that right now?
Oh, God.
I don't know. You look at these guys like Chris Cornell, right? And he was pretty old when he died, right?
He was definitely a grown man. Yeah.
But there's one of those guys from that era that never, ever did it, right? Or like a Dave Grohl. So he's from that time, right?
He never sold out.
And these guys are like old school, never sold out.
Never sold out, dude. Rock and roll to the core, man.
Yeah.
Literally the best.
That guy came to a show one time. It was amazing.
Dave Grohl?
Yeah. Probably one of the only times I got starstruck at a show.
He's really nice. I've met him once. He was very polite.
Yeah.
And very cool, man.
Got to be one of the biggest rock stars alive.
Yeah, he's also, but this is literally his brand. He's like known as the nicest guy in rock and roll.
Right.
By everyone. I think that's just who he is as well. Yeah. It's not forced. I think he's just a fucking...
Isn't that weird?
Dude, what a dude.
To just be a regular nice guy.
How good was his family?
Right, his upbringing, right?
How was he so well adjusted?
Right? How does he have that kind of self-esteem?
Fuck him!
What a jerk. Rubbing his niceness on us.
Rubbing his polite...
It's not even fake.
Decent... Just genuine fucking
I'll let you know
attitude.
right now, if you ever see me walk around being polite, I'm being fake at
Something's
that moment.
wrong, yeah.
Yeah. I'm being fake, right?
Did you not have enough love to give you that validation?
No, man. I think I've had the perfect amount. I just have permanent disdain.
So wait,
when I walk around.
So which of your parents is Puerto Rican and which is
Filipino?
Filipino?
Dad's Puerto Rican, mom's Filipino. But we grew up in New York. I mean, we're just regular people. We didn't have any of that special.
But you had the special cultural experiences at home, right?
No, it was normal. I mean, there wasn't anything
normal.
Yeah,
What's
there was
normal?
like we went to Costco,
White American,
right? We went to Costco.
Yeah, but did you did you have like Puerto Rican celebrations and food and music? Did you have like Filipina, days out?
Not as much as you think, right? So that stuff happened if we went to like a family party, right? But when it was back home, dude, it was normal. It's like
just eating TV dinners.
We had
hey, Mom,
we had Hot Pockets,
Hot
Cheerios, dude. It really is a letdown to a lot of people when they find this out. I'm like, sorry, man.
I thought you'd have a little more cultural.
There's nothing like going on. I grew up in a cul-de-sac, dude.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty straightforward.
That's
normal.
pretty nice. If you grew up in a cul-de-sac, that means you were at least like working middle class, at least.
Yeah.
Get cul-de-sac.
Yeah. What were you like in a gang or something like that?
No, I grew up in a cul-de-sac as well, actually.
Yeah. See,
Semi-detached house in a cul-de-sac. So we were definitely working middle class. We were
Yeah.
My parents were very working class and achieved middle class living, or working middle class.
So you know about that cul-de-sac.
But we have
life.
a holiday every year.
Yeah.
It was cheap.
Yeah.
We go on a camping holiday to France where you can take a car and a ferry for like 50
Oh, I love that's
bucks.
what you guys do.
And then you can go to a campsite and you just sit on the
France.
campsite for a week. Yeah. You go to like France or Spain.
We're driving down to North Carolina.
Well,
the
which
beach
is-
was
yeah, exactly.
pretty much equivalent, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we didn't. It wasn't like that. Just normal people, man. And it's so hard for people to grasp this part of my life.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a second.
Especially now, you should be playing up the fucking, the
You can't do. You know why?
Latino, Filipino.
You know why you can't do it, right? Is because like you get called out on this stuff. Like one time I got hired.
By who? Who's gonna give a fuck? By Latin people? By Filipinos?
One time I
They
got-
don't give a fuck.
So-
And you don't give a fuck about them, bro. You just get your money, get paid,
Get the
those
paycheck.
roles.
Get the paycheck.
Every time your agent's seeing diverse on a fucking breakdown, you're there.
The face is diverse
Hey,
enough, all right?
What's up, True TV?
My
Check
diver-
it out. Brown skin, Latin guy, and Asian.
That's 2 checkmark
Ticking all
boxes.
and I sound so white.
I don't know. That's so white.
Even white people will enjoy your comedy, and
Dude,
that's.
like, listen to this guy.
There you go.
There's nothing more white than the sound of my voice.
Hi.
Hi, this is what a Caucasian person sounds like.
Tell me that I should really think about investing in my future.
You should think about investing to your future.
And you're so like into it. Tell
see?
me that, like, have I thought about life insurance yet?
Have you thought about how you're gonna spend your 50s?
Wow.
Have you
Jesus,
thought
man.
about that?
You do sound white. If I close
not-
my eyes, it's like,
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
oh God, oh my God, you're just the whitest man ever.
See?
Close your eyes. Listener, close your eyes right now. Wherever you are, close your eyes. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you don't need to close. Open your eyes. If you're driving a car, open your eyes.
You need an audio
For
book.
God's sake, open your eyes. Okay.
What's a white thing that people? What's a white phrase?
We'll be there on time.
I listened to the audio book.
I listened to an audiobook. It was fantastic. And go like, you know what? I've really been, I just read a book and it really changed my life. It's called Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist.
Oh my God. Majestic realism.
Yeah, man.
has opened. I'm spiritual now.
I'm quite spiritual. Say that you love, you're not like super into it, but you do have some crystals.
I have a whole room of crystals and magnets. The magnet people, I want the magnet people and the crystal people to duke it out.
Yeah.
The people that think magnets give them that heal, right?
Like
and
a scene from Guys and Dolls.
and the crystal people think, no, the crystals are where it's at, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like anyone who gets that heavily, look, spiritual healing of all kinds, there's some level of scientific fact to all of these things.
Do you buy into any of it?
I buy into the scientific level. For instance, do I believe that inanimate stones do carry around an energy with them? Scientifically, yes, that's factual.
Does it heal you?
Do I think it necessarily heals me depending on the different stones? Nah.
No. They've been around long enough that we would have concrete evidence that these things work, and they don't. Okay, I'm
people are
sorry to
looking-
burst your bubbles.
However, I do think that I think there can be a very calming realignment that comes with that kind of practice that can make people feel good.
I think this
But
is...
it could be a placebo. It's like going, if you say to
that's
someone,
reality.
here's a pill that's going to give you infinitely more energy and it's going to keep your mind focused, and you
Right.
give that to 20 different people,
Right.
15 of them are going to feel the effects.
Yeah.
Because they want to.
Yeah. 70% of the time, placebo works.
Yeah.
And did you know 50%...
Is that how much it is, 70%?
70% of the time. And 50...
Where did you get that statistic
It's the
from?
power
From
of the
fucking
mind.
MikeQue's.com. Mike Q's definitely
plethora
facts.
of
100%
statistical
checked.
information. It's true, though.
You've got to start a website, bro.
And 50% of the time, even when you know placebo's fake, it still works. That's the power of like human mind, right?
Yeah.
So when people say these things with like these magic stones and magic rocks, right? I don't buy it. It doesn't work. It's just placebo. It's the power of your mind. So
Sure.
if it works for you, then it's great, right?
Yeah.
But it's when they start applying it to like their children. you
Yeah,
know?
or like storing them in their vaginas.
Right. No. Definitely do that.
Yeah?
That's a good idea.
No, I met a girl who said she will put a crystal in her vagina sometimes when she sleeps to give her like healing properties. And with that, I'm like, I don't know. Technically it's stone cold pussy, but it's
I'd
like
be the guy that hooks up with that girl and
cold
slices my
stone pussy.
penis.
It'll be cold
Yeah,
stone
yeah.
pussy rather than stone cold pussy.
No, cold stone. Yeah, cold stone pussy.
Cold stone pussy. Or probably warm by the time it's been in there all night. But
She's sharp. Imagine going in there, getting caught on one of those jagged edges.
Well, I think she takes it out
until she forgets.
Until she forgets one. But also, I said to her, isn't it a little dangerous? And she goes, no, I attach like a string, so like a tampon string, so it doesn't get lost.
Oh, good idea. Right.
I'm like, yeah, because
you've thought this whole thing out.
Yeah. But also, I mean, look, if a woman wants to throw, a couple of gemstones up her foof, I can't. Who am I to tell her?
I feel like that thing is nature's pocket, man.
What is this? Alabama?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell her what to do with her vagina.
Exactly.
Put as many stones in there as you like.
Anything you want. Yeah. Whatever comes out of there, that's how diamonds are made.
Good luck at airport security. Good luck explaining that away.
Yeah.
Good luck explaining that to the lady who
out.
has to do a cavity search. Good luck explaining that. What is this? Kryptonite? I don't know.
Did you know that that's the way most women, most drugs get places, or girls hide it up their vajayjay, right?
Yeah. But nowadays, with the old
pocket,
spinning one where they can look inside of you, the X-ray machine,
I think it's still
they can see a big old condom of drugs inside of your body.
I don't think they can see inside you like that because it's just checking out heat. Why?
I have been pulled over twice now at LAX because of my penis.
Your penis.
I wear tracksuit bombs. I wear track pants and I wear a nice loose fitting t-shirt and little sneakers, and I go super comfort these days. I used to dress in like skinny jeans and rings and all that shit. What a dumb idea. And I always have one little hand luggage and I go in my thing. So I literally have nothing on my body. Nothing in my pockets or anything when I go through security.
Yeah.
And twice they've pulled me over because if there's a suspect package, pun intended, they will check it.
Right.
And what the man has to do is what the guy does. He literally twice. It's been a man.
Back of the hand, right?
He backhands my cock.
I've had it. I've had that happen too.
Just fucking. He doesn't knock it from one side to the other. He doesn't go, which way do you hang? To the left, cool. And then
no, but they graze the whole thing though. They graze the whole thing.
Well, he like the guy who did it almost like bent his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
So he could use the knuckles to kind of run along the line of my cock, and then he ran along the line of the other side of my cock, and then he was like, okay, yeah, you're cool, sir. I appreciate you letting us do a check. Blah, blah, blah. And then the first time I was like, can I make a video? Can I please make a quick video and just show the screen with the because it was red on the thing.
The square. It has a square in it.
Square. And I go, can I show that and then cut to you and be like, how was that suspect package? And you can be like, oh God, I can't believe I had to backhand that or something like that. And he was like, that's funny, but no. Get the fuck out of line. I'm like, okay.
It's a good day at the airport when that happened. It happened to me twice, right? Basketball shorts.
Bro, I was bouncing through the fucking gate. Like, I was walking so proud.
You want the line can't be long enough to look at what's going on.
Dude, people going, what's holding it up? And I was going, my penis. My penis is holding it up. It's pretty large. The guy has confirmed that it shows up on the scanner.
And they made you put your one right foot forward, and you had to do like a little bit of a lunge.
Oh, I didn't lunge.
You didn't have to.
He just said like stand on the thing with your feet on the little footprints on the floor on the mat, and then he ran his hand up on the inside and up on the inside, and then he ran the back of his hand with the hand pressed against cock, just kind of moved it a little bit to know this is a dick, and then did it the other side, and then he held my hand and stared into my eyes, and he was like,
you want to get some breakfast?
Yeah, you want to get, it's the most important meal of the day. Let's get breakfast. Hey. How do you like your eggs cooked? He said.
You are literally
the biggest penis I've ever seen in my life.
Day. That's that's a pretty good deal. It didn't happen to me at LAX, right? I feel like at LAX, it happened to me once at Denver Airport, right? And I think once in Portland Airport, right? And I was like, this is both times basketball shorts. Yeah. So I tried to replicate it afterwards. I'm like, I gotta have this happen.
Right.
And you get addicted. It didn't happen again.
And it hurt you.
It hurts my feelings.
Yeah, it hurt you a little bit.
I'm almost going to set it up. I was thinking about like maybe putting some Band-Aids around or something like this.
Just giving it a little rub.
Get a little chub up.
Chub on. We call it chub on.
To get
a little half chub.
Right.
Half mast.
Right. That feeling, right? I mean...
Dude, nothing sates an ego like being told that your penis looks like a suspicious package. Nothing will ever make a man feel that good, except a woman squirting.
Yeah.
Those two things.
I maintain that is pee, dude.
And you know what the irony? Oh no, it is. It's again scientifically,
right.
It is the same liquid as urine. It's slightly different. It's slightly different in terms of what comes out. It doesn't. It's the liquid that transposes. They take the liquid, but it's pee. It's basically pee. It's basically pee.
Right.
It's slightly different pee, but it's
still pee. It's pee.
It's pee. Yeah.
It tastes like whatever we were drinking earlier that night.
Well, actually, I've I've tasted, you know, a woman's when a woman's ejaculated. Definitely tasted a bit, and like not like but like you know,
cup up.
inevitable. You know, going down and going. That's happened, and it didn't taste like any. It didn't taste like urine. It didn't smell or taste like urine.
Right.
I should say. I didn't go, God, that's pee.
Right. Would you have?
If it smelled like pee or tasted like pee?
No,
I would have been polite, but I would tell you now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's the greatest stamp of approval, seal of approval a man can ever get.
It is.
Yeah.
The
greatest.
I'd rather have food made for me. You know, that's like, I feel like that's a good stamp of approval.
Now, I'll cook.
Someone's willing to work for
I'll
you.
cook every single meal every day for a woman if she promises me that I can have the capacity to make her so aroused that she pisses in a projectile across the room out of her fucking sweet vagina.
That's the one promise that you want.
If she says, you get me off that hard every day, I'd be like, baby, I got you for every meal. Whatever you need. Let me cook. I fucking... She'd be getting breakfast every day.
Yeah.
Kellogg's.
Anything.
Overflowing, ice cold milk.
Anything she wants.
Little light dusting of sugar on top. Fuck yes.
Don't you feel like this is a thing now every woman does?
What, squirt?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like a few years ago, right, it was like a once in a while thing, and now all of them
every woman you're seeing with squirts, then you're a god, Michael.
I'm doing something right.
If every woman you sleep with has squirted, every woman? No, can't be every woman.
Every woman
in the last
couple of years. Yeah.
How many are we talking? How many women?
I mean, there's a good amount. Yeah.
Like in the double digits.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah.
You've made every single one of those women.
This is a thing that's happening these days, guys.
Bro,
I'm
going to be honest with you. First of all, I think you're a fucking liar.
I'm being dead honest. Dude.
Literally, think you're lying. All right, well, bro, I hope for you. Because
I've noticed this is a thing that goes on now these days. You know?
Me as a supportive friend,
right?
I hope, in all hopes, that is incredibly true. Right, because if it is, you're a god, dude. Or you're only finding women who are very susceptible for that happening. I know chicks. I had Leah.
I think it's number 2.
She said she squirts really easily.
It's number
and she
2.
can fucking come 3 times in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I know girls who we had to be together for months, and they had to feel mentally relaxed enough and comfortable enough and trusting enough to be able to do that, because it takes a lot for a woman to reach that stage, and often so much of a woman's sexual enjoyment is based on her mental.
Of course,
trust and comfort.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, I've fucked like 700-800 women. And I'd say like less than 1 in 10 squirts.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me feel a lot better. But I think it's just. I think it's the type of person that I've been.
You're
attracting.
a fucking beast.
I'm attracting a certain type of person. That's all it comes down to.
Are you on like Match.com specifically looking for women who squirt?
It's just not even. It's not even a picture of me. It's just a water gun.
Are you sure you're not you're not just in the wrong website where all the girls you're dating are into pissing on you?
Damn it!
If you found out that for the last 2 years you just been peed on a whole lot.
That's it.
It's the same thing.
I'd still be happy.
Still the same thing.
I'm happy. Whatever. I mean,
have you ever pissed on a woman?
I'm not gonna go down that road, man.
You ever pissed on someone?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. No. Have you done that?
Yeah, I had one girl who asked me. She wanted me to urinate on her.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I've never done that. And she was like, I mean, it's clean, it's sterile, blah, blah, blah. I just love the feeling. And she just wanted to sit in the bath. So she just sat in the bath.
Yeah.
And was playing with herself. And I was playing with myself.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, she was like, okay. And then
I'm ready for it.
And it's very difficult to actually switch between
erect
penis.
You can't.
Going to come to.
Right.
Relaxed enough to be able to urinate. Because your muscles close and open in different areas, you know?
Yeah.
But I just watched her play with herself, tried to sort of stimulate a pee. I drank a lot of water.
Yeah.
For that purpose. And then eventually I managed to pee a little on her, and she just wanted me to pee on her body while she played with herself.
Right.
In the bath.
And you were like, check that one off.
Yeah, and I did it. And
was R. Kelly playing while you did it?
She enjoyed herself.
Were you playing a little R. Kelly in the background?
I only did it once. It wasn't really my thing. I think she could tell I wasn't that into it, so she didn't really ask me again.
Yeah.
And we only dated for a few months.
I don't know. Yeah, it kind of puts like a timestamp on it after that.
I'm old school. Like, I prefer shitting on someone's chest, you know?
Yeah.
Why do we have to get all that urine? I'm not into that. It's just good old Cleveland steamer. Just lay it out on a woman's forehead. Or a man's lower back.
Like,
I don't even want to fuck men. I'm not into guys. But I'll shit on a dude's lower back.
Would you do that for real?
Would I do
Only
that?
for a close friend.
For money?
For a close friend.
No, for huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
If you said to me, like, after the podcast, if you went, bro, I got $1 million.
I would never
and I
say
wanted
that.
to shit
by
on
the
my
way.
lower back. If you could perfectly squeeze out 2 poops into my sacral dips for $1 million,
Not happening.
I would wrap this podcast right now, pick up my monitor, throw it through the window. Hey, everyone, I'm about to poop on Mike Q's lower back. And I do it and for the money.
And you want the audience, too. You'd have to...
No, I just feel like you deserve that. If you're paying me $1 million, you can let a couple of random people watch. That adds to the experience, right?
I like that when you think of me, you think of shitting on me and then me paying you for it.
I don't think of you like that. I'm just saying that's what would have to happen to convince me to take a poop on a dude. But also, if you're the kind of dude who wants to get pooped on, as long as you're not filming it, as long as it's not documented, I don't give a shit, or I would give a shit, technically.
For the right cash.
For $1 million.
Yeah.
If you offer me $50,000, I wouldn't do it.
Get out of here. 50,000, you're still doing it, dude.
I wouldn't shit on a lower back for 50,000.
For 50 grand, you're not doing it.
No, because you're crossing a boundary.
Right.
It's a
You have
one-time
morals.
thing. It's a one-time thing, I
You
think.
have morals.
It's like a thing you do once and then you really regret it.
Yeah.
But then you buy enough stuff to feel good about it. With $1 million, I can buy a home in the valley, stick another 500,000 of that into high and low risk investments, and set myself up for the rest of my life.
You're
with
good.
$1 million.
You'll be pretty straight after
If you're
that.
clever with that money, you can you can live for
Yeah.
the rest of your life through reinvesting that money and buying a property.
This sounds like you've planned this whole thing out already.
I'm just waiting
has
for
happened
someone
before.
to give me the fucking
Opportunity.
deal. I don't want a Netflix special. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't need my own hit HBO show. I just need a rich old pervert to offer me $1 million to shit on their lower back.
Any of them.
Any
Just
of them.
take it.
Any
Will
of them.
somebody please
I'll do a
make
conjugal.
Jeff's fantasies come
I'll
true?
do a conjugal. If you got the money, Weinstein, I'll come and see you for an afternoon. Take a poop on those fat holes of
think the
yours, you
demand is low.
grotesque fucking scumbag.
I'm sorry to let you know, but I think the demand is pretty low for this. I don't think, but now you put it out there, you put it out to the universe, and that's how it works, right? It starts with that.
You never know.
You send a message to the universe, it'll come back to you.
Dude, like most of the people think I'm joking. A few people think, I mean, for $1 million, yeah, he's probably right. I'd probably do that too. It's a lot of money.
$1 million is a
And
lot.
there could be, on the off chance, there could be one shizer porn enthusiast out there who likes a little bit of brown.
Got $1 million burning in his pocket.
Yeah,
going,
and he's just
I've
like-
just been waiting to get rid of this.
And he sees my majestic
But it's going to
hair
be the reverse,
cascading
dude.
over
It
my
doesn't work that
shoulders.
way. It doesn't work. It's the guy's going to want to do it to you, man. That's how it goes.
Really?
Yeah. It's never you.
See, now we're
doing it
talking.
to the other.
How much would you have to be paid to let someone do that to you?
To let someone do it to me?
To let someone poop on your lower back?
I'm not doing it. No amount of money. Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I need to be able
you
to.
would. Yeah, you
I wouldn't be able to. You know.
I feel like for $10 million, I'd let someone poop on
I'm
my
the
lower
type
back.
of person that where
Everything's got a price, Mike Quu.
I'm-
Everything has a price.
I'm the type of person where, like, you ever get into an argument with somebody and then you just wish that you said something and you're like, I just should have said that. I should have let them know, right? Or you just walk away.
Someone offered you money for it and you should have said the right price?
Or no. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you get into it, whatever. You decide to be the bigger person, just turn away, right?
I mean, you'd have to turn away if they're going to shit on your lower back.
That's how it would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I regret that stuff forever. I regret it, you know?
Really?
Yeah. I harper on those things, and like 2 years later, I'm like, that fucking asshole, right? I should have told him off. I can't.
I've never done anything in my life morally or ethically negative or
Right.
bad or horrendous enough
Right.
for it to stay in my mind.
See, it's just a slight thing.
When I was a kid, I definitely have been guilty of mild bullying, you know, with other kids when there was a kid who was like a bit special, you know what I mean? And I drama.
What?
No, I definitely not like special needs, but just
Yeah.
like just one of those kids who's just a bit all the time, a bit weird and a bit much. I guarantee you when I was 14, I've definitely taken the piss out of another kid at school.
Yeah.
And that's a mean thing to do. I regret that. But I know that I've also seen that guy since then and had conversation with him and apologized and blah, to the point where he's gone, nah, man, it wasn't even that bad. Like, you guys were fine. I'm like, all right, well, I felt bad about it.
So you really did bring it. You ran back into that person. You were feeling guilty, and then you apologized.
His name's Martin. Yeah, Martin.
And you
Massa.
apologized.
Yeah, I met. Yeah, and online, and I talked to him online, and I just went, "You're a sweet kid, and as an adult, you deserve to be protected a bit more by us because you were sweet and you were susceptible stuff. And I said, and it was unfair that we kind of gave you a ribbon. And he said, what you didn't realize, he said, is that you guys did protect me from outside kids. So all the drama kids, you guys, even though you gave me shit in drama class and sometimes it was upsetting.
Oh my God.
He said what you actually did was...
Drama class bullies.
Yeah,
of course they go back and apologize to each other.
Thespian fucking Ponzi kids. Yeah.
The size of the pussies you guys were.
But he literally said, though, he said, there were other kids, because you were big, you actually protected me from other kids. And you forgot that part. But you also, you said some mean shit sometimes. But also, I was a bit weird back then.
Yeah.
He acknowledged it. He said I was kind of weird shit. I hadn't calmed down. I was a bit ADHD. I was a bit like, just said stupid shit all the time. And he's like, I've calmed down. We've all calmed down. We've all changed. He said, but I appreciate it. It means a lot that you felt that. And he goes, but you really don't have much to apologize for. Don't worry.
That is crazy.
Which is nice.
See, I think that's crazy that it was hard. It was hard put on you so much.
I've never hurt anyone. I've never done anything. I've never hurt a woman. I've had fights with men. I regret those. I regret physical fighting.
Yeah.
I regret that. Because it's dumb.
Right.
But I did it for a reason.
Yeah.
You hit me. You grabbed my girlfriend's ass. You fucking start a fight with one of my boys.
Right.
Yeah, I'll fucking lay you out.
You're going to have to do it. Lay him out.
And sometimes I got laid out.
Really?
I've been beaten up a few times.
You're a pretty big dude, man. I feel like...
I've had my ass handed to me a few times.
By bigger people?
More people.
Yeah. Oh, but getting jumped.
I've been
jumped.
Not necessarily jumped. I started trouble with a group of guys who were being a bunch of fucking assholes.
Right.
I was on a date with a girl who is a lunatic.
Yeah.
Like certifiably.
What's the time frame? How many years ago?
When I was like very early 20s.
Okay.
And I went on a date with this girl. She was very sexy. And she's everyone told me she was a little crazy, but I was like, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Went out on a date, had a great night. Then she started like really aggressively flirting with some dude at the bar when we were out. She was just blah, 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 blah. And I went...
What's this about?
I was like... And he was awkward. He was like, ooh, this is weird.
Right.
And I was like... I said to her, I was like, are you drunk? Or are you just being a fucking asshole? And he was like, peace, I'm out. Like, this is weird. And she's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, you're just flirting with that guy. Like, you're literally... Like, if I wasn't here, I would assume, and he probably was,
right,
that you're trying to get his number and fuck him. She goes, no, I wasn't. I was just being friendly. I was like, well, your level of what you think is friendly is 100% flirting, which is why that guy was so awkward. And guess what?
Right.
I neither know you or have enough of a relationship with you, because this is our first fucking time hanging out this, that I am going to deal with that and have a conversation about it. I'm done. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Wow.
Feel free to go after him. So I walked out of this venue that my friends used to run and own. Well, they owned it. And we used to, and it was this really happening bar. And I leave and I storm out. And she comes after me. No, don't do it. And she's in floods of tears. She starts crying. She goes, I'm an idiot. This is who I am. I'm sorry. I do that. And it's because I'm fucking crazy. I'm sorry. And everyone tells me I'm a piece of shit. But I'm not. And I really like you. Blah, blah, blah. And she's in the street. And I'm walking away. And she's trying to grab my arm and going, get the fuck off me. And I'm walking away to get in a cab. I'm like trying to order a fucking Uber on my phone.
Yeah.
And this group of guys walked past me. And they did the right thing they should do, which is they were like, are you okay, lady? Are you okay? Is he bothering you? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, motherfuckers, I was like, mind your own business. First of all, I'm walking away from her. She's crying because she's a fucking arsehole. She just tried to fuck some dude on our date. I said, you can take her and hang out with her. They're like, all right, easy guy, we're just fucking checking. I was like, yeah, all right, but you're putting your nose in where it's not fucking wanted.
Right.
And then one guy's like, what's your deal, man? If this is how angry you are now, how do we know you weren't being a fucking ass to the girl? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, because she's telling you. And she's like, he hasn't done anything wrong. I'm just like,
Right.
Anyway, and then the guy's like, yeah, well, now it's my fucking issue because you're fucking getting in my face. And I was like, I'm going to do more than get in your face. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I end up fucking hitting him.
Yeah.
He's there with 4 friends.
Oh, my God.
So I got a good little, initial, but I was like 21, 22.
Right.
I was an idiot.
Right.
And I had a fight. And I got some really good fucking... I'm not one guy down, and I think I broke another guy's nose. And then 5 of them were on top of me.
Right.
I got my ass handed to me. I got kicked a lot.
That's what happens when
I ended up on the floor being kicked a lot. And then bouncers from the club saw it and ran over and broke the fight up. And if they hadn't, I would have come off even worse.
Well, at least you didn't get hurt, man.
Huh?
I mean, at least you didn't get hurt.
No, I did, yeah. My jaw was a little fucked up.
Did you break your nose or anything like that?
They didn't break anything, but I had like a little cut on my eyebrow. My lip was fat and blown out and bleeding. My jaw was really sore. It wasn't broken, it wasn't fractured, but it was bruised.
You took a good knock on it.
I definitely got kicked to the face that fucking...
Right.
And I was hurt and bruised. And I went to my buddy's speakeasy bar in East London. And I left the girl there.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
Still left it, man.
But 9 times out of 10, all of those little, any little fracas,
Yeah.
whatever, fights,
Yeah.
always happen because of a crazy chick.
Always. It's never worth it. It's never worth it.
It
Always
was
just
normally
walk away.
her starting something, or an argument, and then other guys wanting to get involved, or normally, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to blame women for all my fights I've had. I had fights because I was an idiot.
Right.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
But those were normally the catalyst would be drunken, poor choices of the women that I was around.
Right.
Which when you date girls with tattoos and daddy issues, it's interesting how many of those will fuck you up.
Yeah. Those are the best ones. Is there any
They
other
will
type?
fuck you up. Yeah, there are. And that's what I learned. It took me decades to learn that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Do you still go for the same kind of girls you went for when you were 22? I mean, you do. 22-year-olds.
I mean, like, I do. You know what? Here's the thing. I feel like this, right? It's always because I look at the situation and I'm like, okay, now if I was in that situation, I would have been cool with the girl, right? Especially since you don't really know her yet.
You mean these guys?
No, when you were in there with the girl and she was flirting with the dude, I'm like, okay, this is how this girl is, right? I'm gonna play it cool, and then I'll just never talk to her again. But I wouldn't just leave her there.
Oh,
like
okay,
that, right?
yeah. No, I was more dramatic. I was a little emo rock star.
Right.
I used to drink and take a lot of drugs. I was a party guy.
Right.
And my thing was, you should be excited to be out with me. If you're gonna flirt with other guys when you're out,
Yeah.
I already know you're bad news. And a little more dramatically than necessary, would just go,
Yeah.
peace, see you later, bitch.
Yeah.
No fucking way you're going to treat me like that.
Right.
Now, it's right. That's the right school of thought.
Right,
but I
right.
could have gone about it a different way. I could have just gone, okay, hey, babe, I'm just going to use the toilet. Go to the toilet and just leave.
Yeah. Or just been like, hey, this is the way that she is. She's cool. We're having a good time tonight. And then that's it.
Yeah, but I
I'll
wasn't
never talk to her
having a good
again.
time.
Yeah.
I was getting more and more irate and worked up.
Okay,
But
yeah.
why are you doing this? Why would you
Right.
want to hurt someone you're on a date with?
Right.
And having a really good time with up until that point. Like,
Right,
We were having a great date.
Alcohol, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Well, also, huge amount. She got committed.
Yeah.
She was committed a couple of years after that.
Wow.
So she was definitely
Right.
unhinged.
Right. You almost want to find those guys again and be like, hey, I told you, dudes.
Well, kick it off again.
No, that she was committed. I told you it was
was
her
crazy,
fault.
yeah.
I told you it was her fault. Right.
Nah, it's all right. They were just... Also, lads in London, we fight a lot.
Right.
It's part of our drinking culture.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking for a fight.
Yeah, that's how it is growing up in New York too. I mean, that's how it is. But now, you know what it is? The difference is I feel like...
You say about me? What the fuck's going on? Hey, do you need some help? Blah, blah, blah. People just want to get him drunk.
That's it is. Now I'm just like, I changed my attitude and that's it. I just act cool. So even though I'm still with that same type of person, from when I was young, right?
Wow.
I'm a different person. So I can
You're
manage
better
that person.
equipped.
Yeah.
Now, how without I don't want to
Yeah.
put any negativity on your current dating situation.
Yeah.
But have you never just tried dating a woman who doesn't do that shit?
I feel like everybody's got their own issues, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe then it goes again to just the type of person that I attract into my world, right? It's just, that's what it is. That's what I just feel like.
You
that's
always
the
have
menu.
a very beautiful, very glamorous, very well kept woman.
Yeah, that's the menu.
A kept
that
woman, a
it's the
woman who likes and expects certain level of stuff, right?
Right.
See, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the menu that I order from, right? I keep on going
It's a
back.
high-end menu, but it's very fucking bougie.
You go to that. Yeah, that's just what
Sometimes there's
this
a few ingredients in there that are a little bit fucking off the wall.
Yeah.
You got to deal with that. Can you stomach it?
It's the only thing I'm used to at this
There
point.
you go. It's
the
all
only
you
thing-
eat.
It's the only thing I eat. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good relationship.
Yeah.
I think it keeps you forever youthful. That's why you look easily 5 years younger than you are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you know what, man? I think it's just low stress. And it goes back to what I was saying. I just reposition myself. I do not believe in changing another person, dude. It's just
You can't change
You
other
can't
people.
change other people. You
Yeah.
can only change yourself, right? And the more different you are, now people start to act different around
Absolutely.
you, right? So that same person that maybe was crazy is not a crazy person to you anymore,
Okay.
It's like people's boundaries,
See, I agree wholeheartedly with
Yeah,
that you can only change yourself. You can't change other people. And if you're in a relationship and you're thinking, goes for all of our listeners, whether you're male or female, if you're sitting there going, I love this person, but they don't do this, or even though I mention it 6-7 times, they still can't fucking change this stop trying to change them.
Yeah.
Either you need to change who you are and compromise to not be bothered by that thing, or walk away and find someone who does think the same as you.
That's all it comes down to. It's change yourself. That's it.
You want to know the first moment I felt a little bit in love with my girl?
When's that?
when she just fucking I saw how clean she is.
Literally
Cleans up after herself like a boss. And I was like, this is a woman.
Yeah.
This is a real adult woman.
Cleaning.
Who she's gorgeous. No, not the cleaning, because I clean all the time. This is what I'm saying, is that the girl before that was a fucking yoga teacher and a stripper at the fucking Jumbo's clown room here.
Oh, nice.
I've dated 2 of those girls
Oh,
now.
my God.
I can't ever go in that venue ever again because they're fucking whatever. Actually, they're not bad women. They're good girls and they're good people.
Right.
And actually, I get on all right with both of them. But my point being, she could never remember to wash the soles of her fucking feet when she came to my apartment. And there would always be little footprints or dirt or mess. And it would drive me fucking insane. I cleaned her car from top to bottom once. She left me a car one weekend when I was purchasing a car. She was like, use my car while I'm away so you can go and see these different vehicles. It'll make life easier for you. Save on cabs. I'm like, thank you so much. It's great.
Yeah,
So it was a nice gesture. She has a dog, old dog that walks around. She's also a messy bitch, right? So I went, good thing to do would be really nice to just clean her car top to bottom. I vacuumed it. I fucking, like soaped the back seats and stuff and vacuumed them out. I made her car look like it was brand fucking new. And she got back. She was like, oh, wow, this is beautiful. Thanks so much. A week later, shit show. And I just couldn't. I was like, I can't be with you because I don't want to change myself to match this.
Right.
And also, I already know you're not the woman for me, because if that's how little you care about your own personal hygiene and space,
Yeah.
I can't be with you.
What else don't you care about? How
It's
can
not
you care
just
about
that.
me?
She was actually sorry. Let me recount that. Her hygiene, personal hygiene, wasn't bad. It was just more the fact that she was a messy bitch. And I'm like, if that's how you operate your life, I never want to live in a house with you. I'll never want to be in a long-term relationship with you. And I don't trust who you are in terms of how you operate your business and your life. Your ambitions, your goals are different to mine.
Yeah, you must be an awful human being if you're not cleaning your car this
Not
way.
awful, just not right for me, man.
Here's my thing, okay? So I am anal retentive about this, about washing hands, okay?
Yeah.
I set you up, okay? What I do is this. So if a girl comes over, I make sure that I have a fresh soap put into the bathroom, right? It's sealed, okay? You got to break the seal to wash your hands, okay? And I wait, right? I wait till that bathroom gets used, and then I go in the bathroom after to see if the soap was used.
Smell that. Oh, okay. Sorry. No.
To see if the soap was used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to run your tongue around the seat. No?
Yeah. Just get it. Yeah. And if that soap, right, is still not used, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah.
This whole thing where I don't wash my hands.
What's the one
after
from the
bathroom.
movie? What's that movie where he says to? It's like a gangster movie where the guy goes, "You do the door check." Oh, it's called A Bronx Tale. In A Bronx Tale, he says to the guy, goes, "This is how you know if she's one of the great ones. You go to the car, you keep the car doors locked.
Oh, and
You go to her door and you just open her door, let her in the car. If she doesn't lean across to open up that lock for you,
Yeah.
so you can get in, she's not one. She's not the one.
She's not the one.
My girl, I open the door for her on the car every single time we get in the car.
Yeah.
Because that's how my fucking mum and dad brought me up.
Yeah.
Open doors for ladies.
Yeah.
She's used to it now. It took her a long time. It's taken her 6 months to get used to it. And even now and then she forgets. Every now and then I'm like, whoa, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I do that every time. Every time she leans over and she doesn't just unlock the door. She opens the handle and pushes the door open for me.
So
I can
sweet.
get in.
So sweet, man.
Fucking keeper, dude.
Yeah. You found a good one here.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
No, I'm into it.
Yeah. No,
That's how you know.
little things.
Wash your hands. Wash your feet. Open the car door for the guy if he opens it for you.
I'm small hygienic things like that. I keep my eyes on.
Yeah.
Even with my guy friends, you come over, right?
Takes a poop on your lower back.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You go into that bathroom. I go see if the hands were washed. And if it's one of my guy friends, I'll call them out on it immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you don't wash your hands, and they all say the same thing. I don't get pee on my hands.
Yeah.
I didn't pee on my hands.
It's like you get dick on your hands. You get dick on your hands.
The doorknob,
I don't
the
want
handles,
you touching my
everything else is dirty, right?
everything.
So you're putting that. I'm more concerned with getting the dirt on my penis, man. I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's how you leak back in. Who knows what you catch?
You're worried a guy's going to touch his dick and it's going to have some sort of dirty STD.
No.
He's then going to touch something else because he doesn't wash his hands. You're going to touch that and then touch your dick, and that's it.
No, it's just
Game over.
it's just a continuation of germs. Like if you're touching the doorknob, which we all know the doorknob is dirty, right?
dirty.
Then you're touching stuff. Then you're touching the handles. That's dirty again, right? And then you don't wash your hands at all.
You know what you just made me really aware of that I need to do? I'm going to take, as soon as we've done with this podcast, I'm going to take a little bit of a towel, a little bit of kitchen towel and my spray, and I'm gonna go and spray the door handles on all my doors.
Yeah, you got to clean them off, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Do you know that the flu is responsible for 80 million deaths in the U.S. last year?
Is it?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, I told you my book of statistics, but it's actually a true one. It's a true one.
That one's a true one. I like how we've acknowledged
They're all,
the others.
no, they're all also true.
No,
they're also true as well.
Confirmed. Liar confirmed. Hashtag fake news. But this one's true.
No, they're all three of them are true.
80 million deaths from
80
flu.
million deaths from the flu, dude. Yeah.
80
So
million
watch
in
your
1 year.
80 million deaths.
Nah,
in 1
that
year.
doesn't sound right, bro. That's
Maybe it's 8 or 80. But it's a large amount, man.
It could be 8.
I could be off.
I could be off by 72 million people.
But it's larger than the amount of people killed by guns. I know that. It's way larger than the amount of people killed by guns. It's like dwarfs it, right? So that's why it's more important to wash your damn hands, bro. You can't be spreading these diseases, okay? So I look out for stuff like that.
I can't wait for you to release your brand new science and facts, historical and scientific facts podcast called It Could Be.
It's going to be called IQ.
IQ.
Yeah, facts.
Raise
IQ,
your
you.
IQ.
Raise your
Bet the
IQ.
Q has got double
Q,
U at the
you.
end.
Yeah, your IQ.
That's great.
Yeah, man. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Test that IQ.
Yeah, we got to educate these people, dude.
Do it, man.
Me and you, we're going to do it.
80 million people are
And
not going to be able to listen to it because they're dead from the flu.
And you know the trick, right?
What's the trick?
You got to go through the airport wearing the basketball shorts, man.
There you go.
Or what were you wearing?
That's what I want everyone to do. I was wearing just track pants. But you got to wear track pants. You got to have your cock's got to be hanging like
you
down.
got to be feeling
and loose.
good. Yeah.
If your penis isn't like
if you don't got hang,
if you haven't got it, just don't even try it because you're going to end up feeling sad. But if you got a decent bit of fucking flaccid girth and length going on,
the hang going down.
hang it to the left or the right, whichever way you dress, gentlemen. Pop it out, go through nice and proud, push the hips forward, like tuck them forwards, tuck them in and forward, like you're trying to tighten your stomach muscles, and get those hands up. And when that thing goes round, if you don't get a little red box, then you know
you ain't got it.
you're average.
You ain't got it.
You ain't got it. Mike Quu. Amazing. Thank you, bro.
Fantastic, bro.
I enjoyed it.
Thank
Wow,
you.
we put the world to rights. I can't wait to hear all the statistics. And if other people want to check up on all the statistics you're throwing out on the daily, they can find you on social media, on Instagram,
Go
and
to
Twitter.
at Michael Quu. QUU.
Michael, Michael.
That's correct.
QW.
Yeah.
And then website for live days, because you have a huge pull around the country.
Yeah,
and I know you always sell out wonderful shows. So if people want to get on your mailing list so they can find about shows in advance,
Go to MikeQUU.com. It's right there.
MICKQUU.
MIKEQUU. Yeah.
What did I say? MICK.
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 Yeah.
Don't go to
Mitch.
Mick Q's website.
We don't. That's a very different.
MIKE. Sorry.
yeah.
QUU.com.
Exactly.
And that's how you can join the mailing list up there. And he's touring all over the country. Any upcoming shows as well? This will go out in about a week and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to be at Rancho Cordova doing the weekend up there, Tommy T's next week. And then I'm going to be over in St. Louis and Helium in 2 weeks too. So
Healing
guys,
Comedy
check that
Club,
out.
man. I want to do that. I heard so many great things about
It's
it.
amazing.
Everyone I perform with at Stella, I see them performing there all the time. So it
Yeah.
must be a really good spot. Well, enjoy that.
Yeah.
Hope it's good. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Thanks, man.
And thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next time. Thank you, my savages. Thank you.
Man.